Hello, everyone. My name is Marty Guthmuller. I'm CEO at Orange City Area Health System, bringing you today the 79th edition of our COVID-19 community briefings. Today's date is December 10th, 2020. From this point forward, I'm going to give a little bit of an abbreviated statistical review. I felt like we were getting a little heavy in the numbers, and I'm going to skinny this down a little bit and be a little bit more closer to home in terms of the numbers that I'm going to provide. But please, if you want more information, you can always go to coronavirus.iowa.gov, and there's plenty of information there. So just in the terms of efficiency and of interest, we're going to strip this down a little bit to be maybe more relevant to Sioux County and to Orange City. And the immediate region. So first of all, here we go. Sioux County, 12,440 individuals tested, 4,001 individuals positive. That's 92 more since Monday. It's a rate of 32.2%. The two previous times were 31.9 and 31.7. So slight increase, pretty high number. But we have some more positive numbers to look at in terms of some of these averages and more recent trends. Speaking of which, the 14-day average in Sioux County is 19.3%. So those are positives over the last 14 days. That is down from 20.0%, 20.8%, and 23.3%. So that's a nice trend that we hopefully will continue. Even better, the 7-day average in Sioux County is 13.2%. Now, I don't have a lot of history with that. I'll start giving you comparative numbers on the 7-day average, but a 7-day average of 13.2 is obviously less than 19, and so that will tend to bring things down a little bit in the future. Another way to look at Sioux County is the positives per 100,000 population. So if you take Sioux County and you extrapolate the positivity rate over 100,000 population, you get a metric that's comparable to other places in the state. Well, the Sioux County positive rate per 100,000 people is 352.3. Again, that doesn't mean much, except that the 352.3 is negative 70% over the past 7 days. When you compare the last 7 days to the previous 7 days, it's a 70% decline. That's obviously very positive. And so we'll continue to look at these sets of numbers for Sioux County as a kind of a metric and something that you can kind of remember and get your arms around. Stepping back a little bit, we're going to look at some bigger areas too. Region 3, I think it's important to know kind of what's going on in the 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. Good news. Hospitalizations are down. 150 hospitalized in Region 3 today. That number previously was 174, time before that 179, and time before that 205. So significantly down at 150. However, that 23 people in the ICU in Region 3, and more importantly, 17 of those 23 were on a ventilator. Stepping up to Iowa, and again, stripping this down a little bit, we've had 1,269,008 individuals tested, just a little over 250,000 positive, 251,365. Total positive average 19.8%, up from 19.5. But again, the 14 and 7-day averages are more important as to recent trends. The 14-day average in the state of Iowa was 15.7. That was compared to the previous 14-day average in the last briefing that we did of 16.4. So 16.4 to now 15.7. And the 15.7 on the statewide average compares to Sioux County at 19.3. So Sioux County is still a little bit higher, but that kind of matches apples to apples there a little bit. The 7-day average in the state of Iowa is 11.7, so even better. The previous number in the state of Iowa was 13.4, so we have a nice drop in the 7-day average. And again, comparatively, Sioux County 7-day average was 13.2, so not too far off the 7-day state average of 11.7. Again, looking at the state from a per 100,000 population mark, remember Sioux County was 352.3. The state is 377.8. The state hasn't gone down as much as Sioux County has gone down. The state has gone down 0.54% over the last 7 days when you compare the last 7 days to the 7 days before that. So, but Sioux County dropped again the 70%. So we're coming more in line with some of the state averages is my point. Hospitalizations, 863 Iowans were hospitalized somewhere, either in Iowa or out of state. That included 40 people that were out of state, so 863 total. That is down from 918, so a nice drop in that as well. Sioux County, half as many as in our last briefing. Sioux County officially has 7 hospitalized, and 14 was in the last briefing. One more statistic, and that is in the death category. And this is something I can't compare now to the previous numbers because they've changed the definition. And it's expanded, it's made the number go up. But the official number now is 3,120. Sioux County is officially at 38. I can't compare that to previous times because they've changed the definition. So I will compare it in the future. One of the things that I did look at though was the demographics. So even though they've expanded the definition or the qualifications in terms of what counts as a COVID death, the demographic has not changed. And so 57% of the deaths are 80 years and over. And when you add the 60, 70, and 80 and over group, you still get the 92 that we had before. But it's a little bit skewed more towards the 80 plus, I guess, at 57%. Now, just a quick note of what's going on. First of all, this is amazing, but I have no changes from what I described yesterday in terms of our vaccination plan. Probably the only reason is we haven't heard anything more. But we are still expecting the Moderna vaccine to arrive on December 21. We will begin vaccinations immediately upon arrival. We'll have those prioritizations made. Our senior care population, again, will be taken care of through our understanding through Pfizer vaccine, and that'll be administered through Walgreens, which is how nursing homes, the senior care folks are being taken care of. We're expecting that to begin on December 27. And so that isn't any different. If you want more detail about that, look at my previous briefing from yesterday. I always like to end on some good news, but I can't do that today. I have some not so good news to report, and that is that Prairie Ridge is now, our nursing home is now in outbreak status. And it happened just in a blink of an eye. Yesterday we had 2 positives. We immediately isolated those folks in negative pressure suites. This morning we had 3 more positives. So we are officially in outbreak status at Prairie Ridge. We are employing the negative pressure suites as we've done in the past. We're doing everything we can to isolate these people and stop the spread to others. The good part of this, I guess, if there is one, is that 4 of the 5 positive residents are asymptomatic. So that's where we are. We have stricter lockdowns in place now, which is, again, unfortunate. We're not alone, of course, in this. And it seems a little unfair when we're 2 to 3 weeks away from vaccinations that we have this outbreak status now. But again, 4 out of the 5 are asymptomatic. We're isolating them, and we're doing everything possible to keep it minimized at that number. So that's it for today. a little bit shorter. Hopefully you're able to grasp the numbers, get your arms around them a little bit simplified approach. We'll plan on a briefing next week, Monday, unless anything weird happens overnight or tomorrow. So again, we implore you to stay strong, stay vigilant, and above all else, stay healthy. Thank you.